tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, oh, 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 where down we go, oh, 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 so where down we go, oh, oh, oh.
In the video you've just watched, you can see a company with high productivity levels, harboured within a hostile working environment. This is because the main motivator is fear, instilled in the employees by the manager. What is fear motivation? Fear motivation is a form of negative motivation where your behaviour is determined by fear of a negative outcome occurring if you fail to reach expected performance standards. Is fear motivation effective? Fear can be used to facilitate cooperation of employees during organisational change. Fear can also be used as an effective mediator of undesirable workplace behaviours, such as the unauthorised use of internet in the workplace. When you think of fear motivation, you might think of a boss yelling at their employees, but sometimes it can be more subtle than this. The Hawthorne effect discusses how individuals alter their behaviour whilst being observed. We can explain this in one of two ways. Firstly, the employee may want to impress their boss, or the employee may be afraid of their boss, and this perceived fear then acts as a motivator. Ultimately, fear can be an important motivator, but its efficacy in the workplace can be questioned. Let's get back to the office. In the previous scene, you saw that the fear motivation strategies used by the manager are beginning to have a negative effect on the team. But why is this? Halliwell et al. Found that under the influence of fear, perspective to workplace decisions is lost, and the general well-being of employees is reduced. Fear discourages communication, creating an environment where individuals are reluctant to speak up, causing negativity, anger, and frustration. Ryan and Ostrich. The protection motivation theory proposes that people protect themselves based on four main factors. Number 1. The perceived severity of the threatening event. Number 2. The perceived probability of occurrence or vulnerability. Number 3. The efficacy of the recommended preventive behaviour. Number 4. Perceived self-efficacy. But what does this actually mean? Imagine you have a really scary boss like Ruhi, who has a track record of aggressive firing. In this situation, the event of being dismissed is very threatening, and the probability of it occurring is quite high. It looks like there is not much you can do to prevent being fired. Your internal value of yourself can also affect how you respond, but your fear may also affect that too. So far, we have seen that fear can have both positive and negative impacts on workplace outputs, though arguably the negatives outweigh the positive. An alternative motivation strategy for a manager like Ruhi could be a positive emotion-directed approach, as discussed in Fredrickson's broaden and build theory. This theory discusses how positive emotions encourage individuals to develop and foster new ideas and actions, promoting critical, personal and professional development. So where would you rather work? An environment like this or Ruhi's office?